So good day. We are here with Mrs. Michaela KOLLER from CEA, General Director of CEA. And first of all, thank you for this meeting. We are planning to have an interview, both for our internet television, XPRIMM.tv, and for our PRIMM Insurance magazine. And to kick off the interview, we would be really interested in finding out what has been the impact of the European financial and economic crisis upon the insurance industry in general.
Yes, you obviously start with the most trickiest question. Let me first maybe say thank you for coming all this way to Brussels, for having this interview and for taking your time. This is clearly a time when, as a European Insurance and Reinsurance Federation, we are every day experiencing the aftershocks of the crisis, but we experience them more on the legislative side. When we look at our industry, how has it weathered the storm? I think we can say we have, of course, been affected. Obviously, when you look at the investment portfolio of our members, they have obviously also suffered. But when you look at the overall picture of our industry, with very few exemptions, the industry has weathered the storm very well. The fact that the industry has been, to a certain extent, also a stabilizer in a very uncertain environment, does, however, not necessarily help the industry in the sense that we are now completely insulated from any legislative activity. There is, of course, a lot of legislative activity, not just at European level, also at international level. And in that respect, we will also, as an industry, feel the crisis beyond the economic impact.
Even though, as far as I know, the crisis wasn't generated at all by the insurance industry.
It wasn't very clearly triggered by the insurance industry. As I said, we were more on the receiving end when you look at the investment portfolio. But yes, we have now a situation where generally at international and European level there is, and also, I mean, I would say we should accept that, regulators, policyholders, also supervisors who are acting in the interest of policyholders and generally governments feel that we need to scrutinize the different roles of the different players in the crisis. And while we have more a side role, we are still part of a financial services sector. And in that context, we are obviously also under scrutiny. And from my perspective, I think the judgment is still out to what extent ultimately our sector will then be subject to new regulation. But we are now in this phase where everybody is trying to draw lessons, where you are trying to find the best ways forward. And obviously, because the focus is very strongly on the banking sector, a lot of the ideas that are being developed for banks are ideas that we are also in the insurance sector confronted with.